in to another episode of the Player Spotlight Show brought to you by Sahara Bar and Restaurant. And in today's show, we've got Miha Iancu from PFC International. So, Miha, hello, and how are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. I'm good.
You know, how's it been since the last time we've seen each other on the football pitch? How's it been for you in the lockdown and now phase two?
It has been interesting. I think we haven't played a proper game since end of March, if I'm not wrong. So it's a long time. Yeah, just working from home, trying to exercise as much as possible, and missing the pitch.
Okay, so this episode will be a bit of a it will kickstart as goalkeeper series. So we'll be interviewing a few goalkeepers in the subsequent episodes. You're kickstarting this series. So as a goalkeeper, how do you get into playing as a goalkeeper?
I don't know. For me, it was quite normal. I mean, I don't know. I've just joined just leisure game at first, and I joined without even having any kind of experience in playing football, playing futsal. I didn't even know what futsal was to begin with. But yeah, I started playing for leisure, and I was just running around the pitch without knowing what to do, and then somehow found myself at the goal. Right, like it's just because I had almost no stamina and I didn't know what to do, I kept requesting to stay in the goal instead of being outside. And at the time, I was playing already with the PFC ladies, but just for fun games. And then they saw that I was interested in being a goalkeeper. They needed a goalkeeper. So they asked me whether I want to join their trainings. I said yes. And then, yeah, they were nice enough to help me train. Like I wouldn't have done it without the training that they've given me. Like I used to train with Mavi from PFC ladies, and then at the time, Julie was the goalkeeper, but she was injured,
Yeah.
so she also helped me train at night after work. So
Okay.
yeah, that's how I got into being a goalkeeper, and also like directly from just figuring out what the goalkeeper is to playing futsal leagues, like your futsal league, the D2D league. So yeah, it's
O-
interesting.
Okay, how long ago was that when you started playing?
Uh, Almost 6 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I only started playing football when I was 30. That's why I wear, my jersey number is 30 because I want to be reminded of when I started, and
Okay,
I can
okay.
keep track. I can keep track of when I started based on the jersey number, because otherwise I will forget for sure.
All right. That's an interesting anecdote. I didn't know that.
Mhm.
So now you've played quite a number of games in goal already. What do you enjoy being a goalkeeper, and what do you dislike being a goalkeeper?
Uh, Actually, I love being goalkeeper. It gives me a sense of control. Like I can always see the entire game, and I'm a control freak, so that helps. And then also, I feel like while I am in the goal there, I actually learn the game as well, because having almost no experience when I started, then just being able to be there and be able to try to anticipate the opponents as well as my players, and then asking for my players to come back because I'm scared at the beginning. So yeah, I do enjoy that. I feel like I'm learning from each game, and it keeps me on my toes any point in time. Like most of the games, I have no rest because I
Yeah,
have to shuffle, I have to look around, I have to make sure that I anticipate people's moves as
yeah,
correctly as I can, and all that. In the same time, it's I'm the last line of defense, right?
yeah.
So that's that's sometimes not as fun, and then especially it's not fun when I do let in goals that were not supposed to be goals.
Uh,
But sometimes it happens, so I'll just move on as fast as I can and continue playing.
yeah, you're probably one of the most vocal goalkeepers we have in the league. I think throughout the match you'll be shouting at your players. Anyone that you learned that off, or it's just natural?
um, I guess when I first started and when I was training, they did tell me that I'm supposed to kind of try to direct the players, right, in whatever I want them to be. But most importantly, I think for me is it's more like an anger management release, I would say. So I feel like every Saturday when we play, I will literally scream my lungs out. And in the beginning, when I scream so much, like the next day I will have no voice. The players don't really hear me, or they don't particularly listen to me, which is fine. But I get the release that I need, and yeah, I feel like I'm doing good when I'm vocal. Like if I'm not vocal, I feel like I don't have any aim. So
Okay.
it's helpful for me.
It helps you.
I do know I'm loud though.
It helps you keep focus as well on the game. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, if I'm so there are games where I'm not as vocal. So when I'm not, then I realize that I actually not very focused. So
Hmm.
it helps me really focus when I scream.
Yeah. Okay. And on PFC International, how do you? Okay, you've mentioned that you joined the PFC ladies
Mm.
training group. So how do you get
Yeah.
into the PFC International team? Because that's a different team altogether. It's part of the
Um.
PFC group, but it's a
mm.
different section of it, so to
Yeah,
speak.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
I mean, when I joined, we started with three teams actually.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember,
Yeah.
like long time ago now. Um, yeah, so they had quite a few players, and then the players were like different experience, different skills, and all that. And because of that, they decided that it it might be better having three teams.
Hmm.
Whereas the third team, which I was part of, so initially I was PFC 3, was the players that are more newbies, like they haven't really played, or they're trying to just get playing time and get experience and all that. So I was part of PFC 3. We had good games. I would think. I mean, we weren't winning that much, but it was a good playing experience at the time. And I still remember when we scored our first goal, as PFC
Yeah.
3. We were so
Happy and
noisy,
yeah, I collect
so
that too.
happy, and we celebrated so hard
Yeah.
that people around thought that we've won some kind of tournament or something.
Yeah.
But we actually just scored one goal. So yeah, that was good. But
Yeah.
since then, so that was PFC 3, right?
Yeah.
I think a few years after, the team kind of changed. We got new players. Some of the players left.
Hmm.
Then we called ourselves PFC International. I don't remember how many years already, but yeah, it's been a few years.
Yeah. So from PFC International, you're a player first. Now you've made a transition into being a captain. How's that been? How's the transition been?
I don't feel like I'm the captain per se. I'm still a player. I still have my own responsibilities as a goalkeeper to my team.
Hmm.
It's just that now, because we don't have Mel, and also we don't have Easy, they both left. It seemed quite natural for me to be the captain. But aside from that, it's still me. I mean, I'm still a player first, and then the captain.
Okay. So in that team, probably would you say you've got the most leadership skills, so that's why you're a captain, or it's just that nobody wanted the responsibility?
No, probably nobody wanted it.
I
But
know
I mean,
what comes with that.
yeah, because there's a lot of managerial things you have to do, right?
Yeah.
So nobody wants to do that. I do that in my day-to-day life anyways, so it just seem normal.
Okay. Just natural for you
So
then.
yeah.
So tell me, do you watch a lot of football on TV, or you play mostly you just play the game?
Uh, I guess I mostly play. I do watch, and I used to watch more when I was younger. Just socially, nothing very special. I don't support anyone specifically. No,
Hmm.
I don't really watch the clubs, like
Hmm.
whenever they play. I mostly watch, if it's like World Cup or like more important games, then I will watch. Otherwise, I'll just play.
Okay. Any favorite player that you have?
Mostly will be the goalkeepers.
Okay.
So when I was younger and I would watch football on TV, since I don't support anyone specifically, I will choose the team I want to support based on the goalkeeper that was playing at the
Hmm.
time. So if the goalkeeper was somebody that was good in my own eyes, or it was express like it will express his feelings quite well, then I will like that particular team. And I think the first one that I really liked was Khan from
Ah,
Germany,
okay.
and then Van der Sar. Yeah, he was awesome.
Mm.
Then even the Buffon, the guy
Yeah.
from Italy.
Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Three legends of the game.
Yeah, I don't know anyone like nowadays. Now
Yeah.
I just play.
I get it. And you're from Romania, so I remember Romania had a golden era between World Cup '94, World Cup
Mm,
'98. There's some great players. I remember as a kid, as a 10-year-old kid, watching Romania for the first time on TV, and then
mm.
players like George Hagi and Florin Radicu and Ili Dimitrescu, all these players,
Mm.
really impressed on me. How was it like in Romania at that time?
Well, I was very young, so I don't remember like a lot of the games and all that. I do remember watching with my dad.
Hmm.
So same as me, he was not watching all the games and all the time, but during that period, we were watching a lot of their games together, and he was very invested in their games. I didn't understand much, but he was very invested in their games and like every move, every goal or whatever. So that was very good. Um, Unfortunately, though, they didn't really keep it up in terms of the team. The
Yeah.
golden boys that we had, they were just that golden boys, because after that, nothing much. I don't remember when we
True.
qualified for anything major.
Yeah, yeah.
Asked.
You didn't have that impact anymore after that era. I
Mm.
mean, they were literally golden boys because in '98 they had all those. They all dyed their hair golden to match with
Yes,
Messi.
I
Yeah,
remember. Yes,
yeah,
but I think that was the
yeah,
last time though, because after that, I remember we were not very happy with that. I mean, locally, we were
uh,
not very happy with that because it was a bit too much. If
okay.
you ask like normal people watching TV, right?
Hmm.
We just wanted to see them play, not being golden boys, literally.
Okay. So I get that. So how long have you been in Singapore then?
I've been in Singapore for about 9 years. Soon will be 9 years.
9 years. Okay. So you're approaching a decade in Singapore.
Hopefully, but not yet, not yet. Next
Yeah.
year.
Let's see how that goes. Yeah. What do you work as?
I work as a Salesforce consultant. And we do like marketing automation and CRM implementations for different customers.
Hmm. What was the company again? Salesforce, is it?
No, Salesforce is the platform. The company is called Destined.
I see. All right. Okay.
Mm.
Were you always in this line when you came to Singapore and your first job here?
No, I changed a few jobs,
Hmm.
and then when I first came here, I was a web developer.
Okay.
So I have a technical background. Then I started as a web developer. Then I moved, and now I'm a consultant.
All right. Good. Well done. And are you involved in any other sports or fitness regimes? I know the answer to this question, but I would like the viewers to know.
I like to keep active. So aside from futsal, I will also try to play badminton, and I
Hmm.
do have trainings for badminton almost on a regular basis on Saturdays also.
Hmm.
Right, so normally my Saturdays are filled up with morning trainings for badminton, and then in the afternoon we have our games. And then I like to try all sorts of other activities as well to try to keep as active as possible. So I do a little bit of yoga, a bit of Muay Thai. I tried dragon boating
Okay.
once one time. Um, yeah, I during this period, I've also started cycling more than
Hmm.
before, and even I tried and I've started running recently. So I just try everything I can to stay active.
Okay. And when you were growing up as a kid, were you always into sports and activities like that?
Mm, Not as much. I mean, I wanted to, but I guess, school came first. I was doing volleyball at some point when I
Okay.
was young, but then, my grades went down, so no more sports for me. So
Okay,
I
I
always tell my
understand.
parents that now that I'm professionally okay, I can take up all the sports that I want, even though some of them, maybe it's not the age to pick them up, but I try.
You're making up for lost time then.
Yes, kind of.
Okay, and what was the sport that was like you would say the national sport or the most popular sport in Romania?
I think even today will be handball or tennis. Yeah,
Okay.
handball we are still very good,
Mm.
especially I think the girls. And then yeah, tennis players. We also have quite a few tennis players that are quite good in Romania.
Okay, so football is like number three.
I don't know what's the level now. I don't really follow football right now, so I don't really know. But I do know that there are ladies teams in Romania now, so that's quite new, at least for me. So that's good.
All right, there's some improvement there. So on
Mm.
that note, what challenges have you faced as a woman footballer?
Uh, I don't know if I can even call myself specifically, woman footballer. I just play for a few years only, compared
Mhm.
to others who have played for more and have more experience. But I guess the most would be not, I don't know, I guess some people don't look at football as being something for girls, right? Like most people would expect that football is still a game that only guys play.
Yeah.
So like especially when I told my friends back home that I'm playing football here, they were very surprised. Like they made me play with them when I went home because they
Okay.
couldn't believe that I can play. So that would be probably the some of the challenges, especially as a Romanian, because back home in Romania we really don't play. Like girls don't play football as
Okay.
young. Just recently they've started.
All right. All right. So your friends, are they supportive of you?
Yes, of course. I mean, now that they've seen me play, because I went home and I played with them, even though it was winter,
Uh-huh.
they're supportive. But of course, again, I my skills are not as high as them, but at least
Okay.
they take me a little bit more seriously than before.
All right. So that means your friends were are like of a high level footballers, I guess, in Romania.
Mm, no, they play for fun,
Okay.
but yeah, they've been playing for many years,
Uh,
so I guess
they've got more experience then in that sense.
yeah, yeah, yes.
Okay. And what are some of the changes you'd like to see made in terms of the women football generally and locally in
Mm.
Singapore?
I mean, I think the most important thing would be for football to be seen as a sport that can be played by ladies as well,
Mm.
not just somebody that guys can play only, right?
Yeah.
And be taken seriously whenever you say that you're gonna go and play football. It's normal. I mean, it's just a sport after
Yeah.
after all.
Correct. Correct. True. Yeah.
Mm.
And on the league, you've played in the league quite a number of years now, right? Women
Yep.
Futsal Crazy League. What do you make about it?
Well, I love it. It's my anger management release every Saturday afternoon, and whoever is around can hear it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very good platform for us to just play, have some fun, have some you know not so much fun sometimes depending on how the game goes, and just enjoy our Saturday and then start the week fresh the following week. So it's good.
Mm. You occasionally have some midweek games as well yeah, at night.
Oh, I don't like those.
Yeah.
No, because I cannot see very well at night. So
Okay.
I don't like, and plus it's after work. It's
Yeah.
just after work.
Yeah.
So it's a bit stressful. Because if you notice, I like to go there early all the time,
Yeah.
like to
Correct.
just get myself into the mindset first before we even start.
Yeah.
So if it's night games, then I normally don't have as much time. So it's a bit more
It's a
stressful.
different
But
preparation than for you for night
mm,
games.
yeah, yes, correct.
And in
But
your
it's okay.
time,
We
sorry, continue.
No, it's okay. We play night or day is fine. We will play.
Okay. In your time in the league, any memorable games that stand out for you, or you personally for you, or as PFC International, any memorable achievements?
I would say when we beat Nighthawks. That
Yeah,
was good.
I knew that was coming.
Sorry, I mean that was a very good game for us, and I don't know if we can repeat. Hopefully, we can. We are trying, but yeah, that was a very good game. I mean, we had quite a few other very good games. We've won other teams that we didn't think at that point in time that we can win, but yeah, that game was probably the most memorable.
Yeah, I remember that season you made things really difficult for Nighthawks. Whenever they played you, you would either draw against them or you, like you said, you beat them. I think that was quite a good season for PFC International. In a way, a bit of a breakthrough season also, because previously you always looked at as the bottom club, the team everyone can
Mm,
beat. But that season you really took it up the next level, and you showed you could beat other teams to match them and to match the
mm.
champions as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have grown quite a lot
Yeah,
since the beginning, right? Like from barely scoring to sometimes even winning very hard games. We've grown quite a lot as a team, and it's really good to be part of such a team that fights all the time, and we almost never give up. So it's good.
yeah. And now you're managing all different personalities in the team, players with a lot of experience playing football,
Mm.
different temperaments as well.
Yeah, definitely different skills level.
Yeah.
We still have quite new players, as well as super advanced and skillful players. So that's been very interesting. But it's also very good because as a team, as players, especially the ones of us who are not very experienced, it's very good to be able to learn from the experienced players
Mm.
for each of the games. So it's really helpful for everyone.
Okay, just one final question. Any player that you've been impressed with in your time in the league?
I mean, there are many players. I like to go and watch different teams play because I feel like you can learn from any player at any point in time, and each team has at least a few players, if not all players, to impress you or to teach you certain things. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I can name anyone specifically. I guess,
You
well,
can name
Mavi,
a
she's my
few as well.
trainer. Okay, I can name goalkeepers.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes, I wanted to say Mavi. She has really trained me, and I one day I hope to be the world that she is. Then Ling from Ocelot also.
Yeah,
She is very brave when it
yeah,
comes to the ball. Like she
true,
will stop any ball no matter what.
true, true. Yeah,
I am not that brave. Yeah, I think those are the two goalkeepers that I can think of right now. But there's many others. I mean, I think the league has very skillful players in any team, in every team.
mm. Okay. Any last words for the viewers watching this? It could be your
Join
teammates.
us. Yes, join us if you want. And then most importantly, hopefully the league will come back soon, or
Yeah,
at least
hopefully.
we will be able to play soon,
Yeah,
because right now it's a bit hard, but yeah, hopefully we'll be able to play proper league game or at least proper futsal game.
yeah, true. I'm hoping for the same.
Yeah, and thank you so much for organizing all these games for us and putting up with us. I know sometimes they're not very easy, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
thank you.
okay. Welcome. My pleasure as well. And I'm glad that there's a pool of players that appreciate it and take part in it, play it in the right spirit. I think it's the best.
Mm,
For me, Touchwood, it's the best league we've played in the best spirit among all the leagues that
that's
I organized.
good.
Yeah. So thank you a lot for that cooperation as well.
It's okay. I mean, as long as we have the platform to play and enjoy ourselves, on a weekly basis, I think most of us are good to go. I mean, I think, yeah, the thing that we appreciate the most is the fact that it can be a friendly environment, and
Mm.
it's purely just somewhere that we can have fun, and it's not super competitive. I mean, some games get competitive for sure, but it's not extremely competitive, and it's just fun all across.
Okay. All right. Thank you for taking some time out to speak to us.
Mm.
I hope you have
Thank
a
you. Thank you also.
good week ahead
Mm.
and the good rest of the day for you as well.
Thank you very much. Hopefully, I'll see you soon on the pitch.
Yeah, true. Same here. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.